Hi everyone, and welcome back to the second video podcast episode of Safe Harbor. It's also the sixth podcast of Safe Harbor, and today I'm going to talk about the importance of emotions and the role that they play in our lives. We like to believe that emotions are separate from our thoughts and behavior, but actually the truth of the matter is that emotions are what dictate um, how you react to situations, and they are that part of our human mechanism that helps us comprehend situations better, helps us survive, thrive, make the best of a situation. It is our emotions that let us know what do we want to do in the situation that we're in. And by trying to suppress them or ignore them or pretending to ignore them, we're not really doing anyone any favors, because they are essential to us reacting in the way that we want to react in. Now, they are a trigger. Emotions are triggers that the brain, based on experience, um, tells you. It basically, it's the button that gets pushed when a certain thing happens. This is the button that is pushed to result in a particular action. And what happens is that along the way, we end up creating patterns of bad behavior, and we often identify these behaviors as problems, and then we associate the um, preceding emotion as a problem emotion. But that's not the case. Essentially, what needs to be done is we need to recalibrate our brain to react in a different way to the same emotion, not try and change the emotion in itself. Because that's like telling a highly intelligent brain that it is unintelligent. Doesn't make sense. Your brain is not going to compute that. Um, if something is dangerous and causes fear, you are going to feel fear. What we're going through right now with the coronavirus across the world, it is causing anxiety. Now, for you to tell your brain, I shouldn't be anxious about this, um, your brain's gonna say, whatever, I am going to be anxious because this is something worth being anxious about. However, what do you do next? That's the crucial question. And that's why it's important to not try and suppress our emotions, but take stock of our subsequent actions, our reaction to the emotion, and try and um, understand what is the ideal reaction that we would want to have to this emotion. And also, it is part of speaking your truth to show your emotion. When you have an emotion inside you and you do not release it in any way, at some point of time, it is going to sit and fester. If you're feeling sad, you have to feel the sadness to release it. If you are feeling angry, you have to feel the anger to release it. If you are feeling happy, again, you have to feel the happiness to release it. When we don't do these things, it causes not only mental issues but even physiological issues. Various kinds of skin infections are related to suppression of emotions. Eczema is one of them. Or hair fall. That's another thing. Because you are holding that energy inside, you're not releasing it. Even if it is a positive energy. Emotion, after all, is an instigation of energy. So now there's energy that's created. Now you decided that, okay, when I'm angry, I punch people in the face. And you've told yourself, you know what, I'm not going to punch people in the face anymore. And you manage to control yourself. But you don't release the anger elsewhere. You're holding on to the anger. And there is a only so much that you can hold on to. After all, our physical body is finite, so it just seeps into your body, your bones. There are so many cases of people holding on to emotion in certain muscles or certain joints, and the pain sits there and festers there, and it's not helpful to you in any way. So I often have people talk about being emotional as a negative thing. They apologize for being emotional. And when I ask them what they mean by being emotional, they say because we feel our feelings too much. And that is an excellent thing. What you do with that feeling, what you choose to, um, you choose your reaction to be post this feeling is what is crucial, what needs to be understood and analyzed and uh, updated from time to time. You cannot continue reacting the way you were reacting to something when you were 5 years old, when you're 50. So perhaps when you were angry, when you were 5 years old, you got down on your hands and knees and banged your fists on the floor. When you're 50, that anger now has to be maybe going out for a really brisk walk or um, exercise of some sort, or maybe watching something and really feeling the anger along with the movie and abusing the people on the screen and getting it out of your system, or just locking yourself in a room or your car and taking out that emotion. If it's sadness and you feel that if I feel sad in front of these people, or I cry, or I show this kind of an emotion, it's going to make me look weak. That's your call. You don't have to share your emotions with everybody. You can do it in private, but you need to do it. You need to feel your feelings to the full extent so that you don't have any plumbing issues. This is exactly like when we have a clogged drain at home. And the only way to unclog the drain is to, in fact, get all the gand out. And that's exactly what you need to do with your emotions. So it's so important to just sit with yourself, check in with yourself regularly, and ask yourself, how am I feeling today? What is my predominant emotion today? And see, sometimes you'll notice that you're constantly feeling irritated, or constantly feeling angry, or constantly feeling anxious. So check in, like, okay, why am I feeling like this? Is my response to the stimuli outdated? Should I not be feeling anxious about this anymore? Should I be feeling happy? Should I be feeling disgusted? Should I be feeling angry? Whatever. Just check in with yourself if you don't approve of the emotion that you're feeling. But you need to accept it regardless. Even if you feel like, oh my God, I'm so silly that I'm sad about this, you need to acknowledge that you're feeling sad. Denial is not the way to go. And I know that this is something that a lot of us are having trouble with when we're sitting at home, sometimes in close quarters with our family members, and we may not be used to maybe feeling a lot of emotions and we don't know how to communicate them. So what ends up happening is if we just communicate anger or mistrust or whatever, we don't usually communicate what triggered us to feel this way. We just say, I'm angry, I'm angry, I'm angry, I'm angry. Yelling at a person, all they can hear is, I'm angry, I'm angry, I'm angry. Or when you're looking really sad, all they can hear is, I'm sad, I'm sad, I'm sad. But that's for you. That's not for the other people. For the other person, it's important for them to know what caused this in you. Otherwise, they can't help you in any way whatsoever. So this is my message for the day. Feel your feelings. Check in with yourself about how you want to react to them. If you want to change things about yourself, check in with yourself about what caused the emotion. If you want to update your stimuli and what emotion it triggers off, fair enough. Everybody has to change the way they think from time to time based on experience, based on exposure, based on changed circumstances. That's fine. But it's important to just be aware. Denial is the worst thing that you can do to yourself. Okay, I hope this helps you, and I hope it helps you unlock some parts of yourself. Have a great week. Bye.